Hi, this is Thunder from Booredatwork.com, and today we'll be doing a full review of the BD690, which is LG's new 3D Blu-ray player that has a hard drive. So let's take a look at the device itself, and then we'll jump into the videos and check out how it functions and all that fun stuff. So we have the BD690 here. It is a network certified Wi-Fi all the way up to N a 3D Blu-ray player. Does have smart TV access, so you do have access to LG apps, online streaming content like video on demand from Netflix, Vudu, as well as Divx and a bunch more. And then you also have a 250 gigabyte hard drive, so you can store your content in here, and you can also connect to your network and share contents over your network. So let's take a look at the Blu-ray player itself. Now, looking at the front of the device, yeah, you can basically pull this down to reveal the Blu-ray tray. You do have, it says wireless here, this indicating it's wireless, and you do have your play, stop, back buttons, as well as a USB port in front. It's an LCD indicator here on the far right hand side. The very top, when you close it down, is the power button here on the top left, and then your open and close button on the top right. Looking at the back of the device, you do have your port for Ethernet. It's also wireless. It also has an Ethernet port. Has a HDMI port, coaxial, optical. You do have your component cables, ports of your component cables, and of course your fan for air vent and a plug. So I mean, it looks like your standard Blu-ray player. Very similar in design to the BD590 which we reviewed last year. And yeah, and with the contents, the packaging doesn't come with any HDMI cable. It just comes with composite. Also comes with this IMAX Under the Sea 3D movie, which is a promotional disc, so it basically comes with your packaging in there. And you do have your standard LG TV remote. Now, of course, your remote gives you access. You can basically pause, forward, back, as well as use your directional buttons to navigate around. And basically, your volume controls can be controlled with your Blu-ray player off your TV. So since if you have an LG TV and an LG Blu-ray player, basically the remote will work for both. So let's enough of the talking. Let's jump in and check out the BD690 and how well does the 3D work, as well as the DLNA functionality with the network, and also the online services. And don't forget, if you want to watch 3D movies, you need a 3D capable TV. So you need a 3D TV as well as a 3D Blu-ray player to actually watch 3D movies. So anyway, let's jump in and check out the LG BD690 plugged in. You've been using it for a while, and interface is similar to what you had with the BD590 from last year, except of course you do have the LG apps now, as well as search functionality. There is no browser in the LG apps like you do have in the LG Smart TV, but we'll get into that in a second. But let's first go to the setup and show you what the setup looks like. So you do have your setup options. Start from the top. You have the display, shows you aspect ratio, all the way down to your 3D mode, which you can turn on or off, as well as change your wallpaper. Language, change language, disk menu language, you can go to original language, audio, subtitles, you can turn that on or off. Audio, HDMI, audio out, digital output, all that stuff. You can lock with a password so that your kids won't actually have access to the system, and of course area code is the US. Networks, to basically set up your wireless network or wired, because this is also a wireless device, you go to connection settings, and you can select between wired or wireless. I have it connected wirelessly right now, and it's pretty easy to set up. You just have to go in there, pick a network, and put in the password. Or actually, you can do one button push also from the device. You can check the network status. You can enable media file sharing. So what this does is, once you have that enabled, you can actually transfer files, say from another computer in the network, onto the 250 gigabyte hard drive, which is pretty nice. Device name, of course, that's the server. We have Wi-Fi direct on. Shares media files without devices without an access point, so you can actually share I can share this to my phone immediately, stuff like that. BD Live connection, Netflix, Voodoo, and of course the premium apps, which just shows the country settings and registrations. And if you go to other, it just shows you other settings for network play and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the settings for the BD690. Okay, so we're gonna move along. Going to the LG app. Now your app store is similar to what you have with the LG Smart TV upgrader. You do have your apps. It looks like they're slowly updating the apps available. Cool thing about it is you see on the left hand side it says BD-ROM, which means there's a disc inside there. Just telling you that so you can actually go down. You can actually also hotkey straight to the movie, and you can search for applications. You can sign in, check your apps, and download new apps. And you know, it's pretty cool. There is no browser. That's just not available on the BD690 Blu-ray players, but you do have the full app store. Just there's no web browser involved. So if you guys want to see more about the LG app store, you can check out the LG Smart TV Upgrader review. We'll have links for you with this, so you guys can check that out. Of course, with the premium setup, well, we do have our online music and audio streaming services, and a couple more things. So you do have your Cinema Now, Amazon, Video on Demand, Napster, Picasso, Netflix, Voodoo, Mog, DivX TV, VTuner, which actually helps you listen to radio. You do have AP News, Google Maps, which is new, YouTube, Pandora, FunSpot, iPlay Beta, MLB, as well as Dailymotion. So, and again, from here you can always go back down straight to LG App Store and download some apps. And of course, your apps will show up in the premium section as well as the App Store. Some of the apps, I mean. Of course, you have your search option and you have My Apps there. So it's very easy and simple to use. Again, simply just jumping in and going in. So for instance, we're going to YouTube. We can basically go in and check out YouTube videos. Of course, YouTube signs in. And of course, we can search, we can watch immediately, and basically scrolling through, use the directional pad on your controller. It's taking a little minute to load up there. But you get the general idea.
Oh, sorry I'm late. I was just over there pissing on Osama bin Laden's grave. What?
Comes out. You can see that pretty clear. So that's just showing you YouTube. I'm gonna head back out. Actually, I'm just gonna head home instead. Now, the one thing to note is that when you jump from application to application, there is like a 3-second delay. So there is some time delay in there, but it's something that's, it's fine. It's not bearable. It's not unbearable, I mean. Moving on, we have our music. Again, this allows you to play music from your device as well as a USB hard drive or on your network. So for instance, I'll show you here. Once you go to music, you have these options. I can play directly from a disc, if there's a disc, from a USB hard drive. Now those are not highlighted because there's nothing. I can go into the hard drive, see what I have here for music. I have none since I've added none, but you can see the music playlist, go through genre, artists, and albums, go back. I can go to either of these devices, my Ditto, the different accounts in there. Of course, I can also use Play On, which it's an online service, actually shows up here in your device or server section, and you can use this to play movies, listen to music, as well as other things. So I can just give you a quick music sample. I can go into public. You have a couple of albums here. Just showing you, if you go into my music, this is on my Ditto, so sure you guys know that, and 1,000 milliliters. It shows you. I can pause the song, so you heard that, and that was the song there. So that's pretty much music playback. Of course, I can scroll through, I can shuffle, mix, and all that fun stuff with it. So as I mentioned, finally we will be looking at movie playback. Now, first thing we're looking at movie streaming video as well as the Blu-ray 3D movie playback. Now, for again, if you're playing a Blu-ray 3D movie, you need a 3D capable TV to do that. You can't just play it off a regular TV. So let's first look at streaming. We get into here. We can see it gives you options. Again, you go to Blu-ray disc, your hard drive, which is the hard drive built into the system if you have any movies there. And also on your network or actually on Play On. I used that earlier to jump into Hulu, and it's quite easy. I can just quickly jump in and show you what Play On looks like. Go to Hulu, you have the files, you have TV shows. It does take a little bit of time to load, but once it does, it plays quickly. I'm not really going to show that, but I can tell you it does work. And there's, you can go to a TV show you like and jump in and watch those. So that's Play On. Just heading back. I'm going to go to public here and just try video format I have. So I go into movies, see what movies I have. Actually, go into TV shows. I have a few TV shows. Play Battlestar Galactica, and just throw in an episode. Now, the DLNA functionality of the BD690 is just as impressive as the LG Smart TV upgrader. It plays almost every single file format. And you can hear that. It's Battlestar. I'm just gonna pause this, but you can see the DLNA functionality is great. You can actually watch your content, whatever file format you have, and it plays pretty much everything very well. So that's just showing you. Of course, this is not it's not a high def movie, but it still will play any kind of content. We'll just head back, head home, and we'll check out 3D Blu-ray movies in a second. So watching Blu-ray movies or 3D Blu-ray movies, hit the enter button, get in there. We already went through what we could do with our downloadable content. Go to the Blu-ray disc. Should start up in a second. Right now we'll be watching IMAX Under the Sea in 3D. Of course, you guys can't see the 3D. It's just not possible. It's going to look fuzzy for you. And, well, I will enjoy the viewing pleasure. Of course, you need your 3D glasses. So I'm going to show you right there. These are active glasses because the TV is an active TV. And I'll show you that in a second. So you can play in 2D, of course, and play in 3D. That's what you have with 3D Blu-ray movies. Of course, this is all for 3D benefit, and we can just go through controls and all that. Power on your 3D glasses. Now that's from the TV itself. Hit enter. Stop watching. Gives you information. Play movie, scene selection, language. So I'm gonna hit enter. Play movie in 3D. Of course, that's not in 3D yet, but. So right now that's in 2D. And then it changes, this is all in 3D. Looks all fuzzy for you guys, but very in depth, very clear. Of course you can pause. You have those controls. You can also bring up your menu controls in disc menu or title pop up. Give you the title selection. Just take that down. You go to disc menu, that jumps you out where you are. Just gonna head back in again. I said, this is very clean 3D, quite in depth. Now, especially with the movie, the good thing is you get the IMAX underwater, under the sea 3D, which gives you a very good experience of how 3D looks like. Not all converted movies or, 3D, I call them 3D fakes, but basically it gives you a very good look at how 3D is. Like I said, you guys won't be able to see anything here, but trust me, it actually works well. So I'm just going to stop this and head back out. And we'll talk a little bit about the whole system. So in general, I mean, the BD690 is a very good upgrade. The DLNA feature number 1 is very good. Pretty much one of the best in the market. You can play all your movies, music, photos off your network, especially with the Wi-Fi Direct, so you can actually transfer from here to other devices. Setup is very easy for the device. The premium aspect where you have your Netflix, Hulu's works very well. LG App Store is still light. A few more apps have been added there, but nothing in particular that's noteworthy. And also, Blu-ray playback is easy. Controls are very easy and intuitive. The 3D movies look very, very good, and the 3D playback is very good. The downside of the system is that the response time while going through different options is slow. It feels like it takes about 3 seconds or so, roughly, for you to stop a movie, pause a movie, things like that, or skip back or skip forward. So that's something that I noticed with the system, which most likely will be fixed with our software update. So I'm sure that will be remedied. But overall, I did like the experience. It does retail for $350, and the fact that you're getting basically a DLNA capable device with internet apps, internet connectivity, as well as a 3D Blu-ray player with 250 gigabytes hard drive, so you can store a lot of content. I do like that, so that's a very good feature. Overall, I think it's a solid device. I think it's also a very good buy. So there you have it. If you guys have any questions, any comments about the LG BD690, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So this is Thunder from Booredatwork saying thank you and always enjoy entertainment.